because they looking for the Prester. Right. The Portuguese merchants are looking for the kingdom of Prester John. The voyage of discovery made by the Portuguese. Now you got the Portuguese monument in memory of those seafarers searching for Prester John. Khan, who at first persistently sought the presbyter's kingdom along the whole African coast. Whole African coast, well, they said, let's keep reading. After the Crusades, John traveled the world until he found the Isle of Avalon. There he gained the evil eye, as a plague seemed to wipe out the citizens of Avalon. You see clearly? Yeah. There he gained that dragon, right? John prepared to sit upon the seat of survival, which would place him in suspended animation. And that's when we compared it to the Moses flow, where it said in Deuteronomy that his eye was never dim. So his evil eye, or his dragon, his light, was never dim. Deuteronomy 34. Do we see clearly? So Moses passed that energy, that frequency, that light, that dragon, that stellar rod to Joshua. And Joshua, the son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands on. Right. Verse 7, and Moses was 120 years old when he died. His evil eye, his eye was not dim. So he died, but his eye wasn't dim. What? What does it mean? I never heard anyone else being spoken of like this. After they die, they still have their eye because it's not dim, right? We're talking natural forces, right? Marvel is right from the scriptures, man. Right from the Hebrew flow, man. Right from your high-tech Naga flow. Right in indigenous India's period, so-called Abyssinia, the mixed multitude. Atlantis plays, Thoth and them, Poseidon and Zeus and all them play, because all of them are Confederate, and they're all black people, Confederate against other so-called black people, which aren't really black. Nor his natural force abated, which means lessened or decreased. So his natural force wasn't decreased, and his eye was not dim or decreased. It sounds like he's in suspended animation. I can't make this stuff up. Which would place him in suspended animation, right? Sound like he got that evil eye. His eye was not dim, right? Here comes Genghis Khan in the story, right? However, Kang appeared trying to get John to join him, right? Because that's really happened, because they used to be fighting side by side. As a result of their battle, John was sent into the past. Now, how far back did he have to go? These are the questions. He attempted to manipulate events in the past, advising a Frankish king to battle the Vikings. Because remember, the Franks, were part and parcel with the Andrews, with the Templar flow. The Rus are the Rusians, which are kindred to the kings and queens of Jerusalem. So the Frankish was really on the side of the Israelites, which are Israelite. And they had to battle the Vikings. But the Vikings originally were also connected with the six kings, which were Israel. So it seems like an Israelite on Israel war. Just like it said later that he convinced or tricked the Avengers in fighting against the Defenders, as if both were initially on the same side. He was stopped by a thunderstrike, then acting as Thor. So Prester John had to fight not only Kang, but he had to fight Thor. You dig? And Thor is the brother of Loki. All right, you see now this is connected with the Loki series. Now, how come they haven't come out with the Prester John Marvel movies and TV shows? What do you think they hiding? Why can't they talk about this black man, right? Why can't we talk about Prester John? Because they don't want you to research that. They don't even want to wake up your light within you of the memory connected with the truth of their invasion of India Superior and their invasion of Israel right here in America. And the high-tech fight that had to happen between Genghis Khan and Prester John. Because they don't want you to really be thinking about these teleportations and vortexes and all that stuff, man. Prester John was sent to the past. Where's the Prester? Genghis Khan sent him into the past. Some type of technology, man. All right? I mean, the truth might sound stranger than fiction. In Love to Italian PNC, there are also some drop about Prester John being outside the second ice ring. You know what I'm saying? Outside the ice wall. We got different drop on that too. Maybe going outside the ice wall is going into the past somehow. I don't know. You thought about that? It's a clock, maybe. Thor, who was investigating a town Kang had reverted to in medieval time. So Kang is jumping all over the timeline. So that's why I said Kang could be King Charles. Man, he could be Genghis Khan. He could be Obama. He could be anybody. I don't know, man. Kang could be anybody now. Then Kang don't care about the time. The Prester originally had the ability with this evil eye technology to do the same thing. And this was this is the fight for the Infinity Stones, right? So, all right, he had to fight Thor, who was investigating a town King had reverted to in medieval times. A boat from Mjolnir, all right, whoever that is, somehow triggered the eye to teleport John back to Avalon. Under unknown circumstances, he ended up in Africa, right? So that's why we just read, now they're looking for him in Africa or Ethiopia or Abyssinia, or we're talking about Northwest Africa, Maxim, you know what I'm saying? John and the Seed were later found in Africa by Human Torch and Wyatt Wingfoot while searching for a way to assist the Inhumans. That sounds like the alchemical serpent, right? Unconscious, right? Bursting into consciousness, Inhumans. And they awakened John. Johnny Storm took the eye forcibly and activated its self-destruction, but dropped it before it exploded. So they later found him in Africa, right? Found in Africa. Now that's the Marvel flow. Let's get back into the, historical flow of it all. For the dismount. Just touching on some Prester flow. Look out for Prester 129. We having fun, man. I told y'all this is a victory lap, man. Hey, the drop is all the way up and the water keeps flowing. Drop Nation, ShaBat, ShaLaWam, man. We having a good time. Check it. So, what they say about Africa? Who sought the presbyter's kingdom along the whole African coast. Found in Africa, right? By Human Torch. Gotcha. Okay, or Vasco da Gama, whatever you want to call it. Even carried with him letters of introduction to this supposed Christian, because he wasn't no Christian. He was supposed Christian. He was Nestorian, which only refers to an old king renowned for wise counsel. So any wise king would be a Nestorian Christian to them. Any wise king would be a Nestorian Christian to them. Not a Christian as you think about it today, but a title they're putting on it because it represented the anointed one. We're talking about the one with the deadly glance, right? So, and believe that in Ethiopia or Abyssinia, they had at last fallen in with him. As a matter of fact, the kingdom of Abyssinia had for centuries successfully withstood the onslaughts of Islam. And then they just say that he's fighting against the Moorish warriors, right? Or I'm sorry, the Muslim warriors, Moorish, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Moab in it, right? Prester John battling Moab in it, right? Psalms 83 Confederacy. Islam, because he withstood the onslaughts of Islam, the Confederacy, the Negus combined in his personal kind of spiritual with temporal power. We're talking Prester John. The name John recurs in a remarkable manner in a long line of princes of that land. This is a title. And they was passing this energy just like Moses passed it to Joshua. The oldest map discovered by P. Joseph Fisher, on which America is mentioned, places Presbyter's country in Asia. We're talking Asia Minor or Asia Major. Again, India Superior. In the following words, this is the land of the good king and lord known as Prester John, lord of all eastern and southern India, lord of all kings of India. Or we're just talking India Superior, boss.